Good afternoon, students. Until the last class, we discussed about the female reproductive structure, and we also had one brief. Introduction about the structure of the sperm. Yes, the head part, then the plasma membrane, acrosome, nucleus containing chromosomal material, neck, middle piece, mitochondria, and tail. So this is an important diagram. Once again, I'm saying this is an important diagram. Can be asked for 3 or 5 marks. Can be asked for 3 or 5 marks. So here, the sperm is about 50 to 60 micrometer in length and consists of a head, neck, and a middle piece and a tail. Head, neck, middle piece, and a tail. What it is made up of? It is divided between head, neck, middle piece, and tail. Head, neck, middle piece, and a tail. And a plasma membrane envelops whole body of a sperm. Yes, there is a plasma membrane which covers the entire body of the sperm. What it does? It covers the entire body of the sperm. What covers? The plasma membrane. What it does? It covers or envelops the entire body of the sperm. So the sperm consists of what many things? The sperm consists of head, neck, middle piece, and tail. And it has got a plasma membrane which covers or envelops the entire body of the sperm. What it does? It covers or envelops the entire body of the sperm. A plasma membrane. Can you see here? A pink color, light pink color layer. Yes, a layer which covers the entire body of the sperm. Now, the sperm head contains this part. The sperm head contains an elongated haploid nucleus. An interior part is covered by a cap-like structure called as acrosome. Can you see here, students? It is nothing but called as acrosome. What it is called as? Acrosome. A cap-like structure is known as acrosome. Acrosome is a cap-like structure. What it is? It is a cap-like structure the head has. And head consists of an haploid nucleus. Haploid nucleus containing DNA, containing the chromosomal material. This head part consists of, nucleus, haploid nucleus, which consists of the chromosomal material, that is the DNA or RNA. Now, what does this acrosome has? What I said, acrosome is nothing but, what I said just now, acrosome is nothing but, it is an anterior part which is like a cap-like structure. What it is? A cap-like structure. What it is, students? It is a cap-like structure, acrosome. Can you see here, no, the cap-like structure? Yes. So this acrosome, which is a cap-like structure, cap which you wear, yes or no? The cap which you wear on your head. So, or the pen cap, how it is? You can like click it, like you can open it, right? Like that only. It is an interior part which is a cap-like structure, and it is called as acrosome. Now, the acrosome consists of what? It consists of enzymes. The molecule, the main part of the biomolecules, which we call it as enzymes, which helps in the faster process of any process or any synthesis, and also helps in the breaking down. Also helps in the breaking down. So the acrosome is filled with enzymes that help in fertilization of ovum. Now what happens? The ovum it is, and here the sperm comes, and sperm comes for the fertilization of the ovum. So the presence of the enzyme in the acrosome part helps in the fertilization process. The enzymes present in the acrosome part helps in the fertilization of the process of the ovum. Helps in the fertilization process. What helps in the fertilization process? The acrosome enzymes which are present in the head part of the sperm helps in the fertilization of ovum. So acrosome is filled with acrosome is filled with enzymes. Acrosome is filled with enzymes that help in fertilization of ovum. Fertilization of ovum. So you got to know about acrosome? Yes. So acrosome is a cap-like structure which is present on the head part of the sperm. Yes, present on the head part of the sperm. And acrosome is filled with enzymes that help in the fertilization of ovum. Helps in the fertilization of ovum. Next, coming to the middle piece. Can you see here this part, the middle piece? Now, the middle piece contains mitochondria. Here, can you see here? There are many mitochondria, several mitochondria present in the middle piece of the sperm. There are several mitochondria present in the middle piece of the sperm, which supply energy for the motility of the sperm, essential for fertilization. Yes. So what happens here? The mitochondria, you know, it is a powerhouse of the cell. Powerhouse of the cell. Yes. Now, this mitochondria, what it does, it provides energy for the sperm, provides energy to the sperm to move. Yes or no? For the motility. Motility means movement. Motility, it helps. It provides energy to the sperm for the motilities, for the movement. Mitochondria, you know, it is a powerhouse of the cell, and it helps in what a mitochondria does. Mitochondria provides energy to the sperm to move, that is for the motility, for the movement. The human male ejaculates about 200 to 300 200 to 300 million sperm during the sexual intercourse. How many sperms? 200 to 300 million sperms. When there is sexual intercourse between the male and a female, it releases about 200 to 300 million sperms. Yes, and for normal fertility, at least 60% of sperm must have a normal size and shape, and at least 40% of them must show vigorous motility. Yes, among them, among the 100%, 60% of sperms, 60% of the sperm must have normal size and shape. It should have normal size and shape. Among the 200 to 300 million sperm students, and 40% must show vigorous motility. 40% remaining sperm should show vigorous motility, means high movement, very fast movement. Vigorous motility, very fast movement, it has to be shown by the 40% of the remaining sperm. 40% of the remaining sperm. Now, who provides the energy here? The mitochondria provides the energy for the sperm to move. To move. And what it is mitochondria? Mitochondria is nothing but it is the powerhouse of the cell. What it is? It is the powerhouse of the cell. And it provides or it helps the sperm to move easily. It helps the sperm to move easily. Among the 200 to 300 million sperms, 60% of sperms are of normal size and shape and 40% show vigorous motility. 40% shows vigorous motility. Sperms released from the seminiferous tubule. You remember, no students, seminiferous tubule which we studied. Where is seminiferous tubule present? Seminiferous tubule is present in the locules. Yes or no? The locules are the compartments of the testis. It is present in the locules or the compartments of the testis. So sperms released from the seminiferous tubules are transported by accessory ducts. They are transported by accessory ducts. Now, which are these accessory ducts? The accessory ducts are nothing but vasa deferens, vasa efferentia, reticulates are the accessory ducts. So who helps in the transportation of the sperms? These accessory ducts helps in the transportation of sperms which are released from the seminiferous tubule. Because in the seminiferous tubule, the production of the sperms takes place. The production of the sperms takes place. Later, the secretion of epididymis, vasa deferens, seminal vesicle, prostate glands are essential for the maturation and motility of the sperm. Yes, the Sertoli cells and the seminal vesicles, yes or no, the seminal vesicles and other accessory ducts and accessory glands secretions, whatever they secrete help in the maturation of the sperm. Maturation of the sperm. You all are aware, yes or no? You all are aware when we were studying about the different secretions from the glands which helps in the maturation and development. Like, for example, when we were studying about the male accessory glands, when we were studying about the male accessory glands, we have come across the seminal plasma, which is rich in fructose, calcium, and enzymes. Yes or no? Which is produced by the glands, which is produced by the accessory glands. So now what happens here? The different secretions done by the different accessory ducts, accessory glands are important or essential for the maturation and motility of the sperm. For the maturation and the motility of the sperm. So, who provides the energy? Mitochondria provides the energy. The seminal plasma along with the sperm constitutes the semen. Yes, you remember students, we studied about the semen, which is the alkaline fluid. Yes or no? Which is an alkaline fluid. And the seminal plasma along with the sperm constitutes the semen. Sperm plus seminal plasma is equals to semen. Is equals to semen. Okay, because sperm plus seminal plasma makes semen. The function of the male accessory ducts and glands are maintained by the testicular hormone, that is androgen. The male sex hormones controls the male accessory ducts. Now, what you need to remember in this particular type, and if it is asked for you, draw and explain the structure of sperm. You need to give this diagram and give the explanation, students. First thing, sperm is a male gamete. Yes or no? It is a male gamete. It is a male gamete. So, it consists of an head, neck, middle piece, and tail. Head, neck, middle piece, and tail. Yes or no? Yes. So, other than that, what is present? Then the head is made up of, it consists of the nucleus. Yes or no? It consists of the nucleus. It consists of the nucleus which contains the DNA or RNA, the chromosomal material. Yes or no? The DNA or the RNA with a chromosomal material is present. Next is the acrosome, which is a cap-like structure. Acrosome it consists of enzymes which are useful in the fertilization process. It consists of an enzymes which are useful in the fertilization process. Yes or no? Useful in the fertilization process. There is a plasma membrane which covers the entire body of the sperm. Yes, there is a plasma membrane which covers the entire body of the sperm. Later, coming to the neck part, there is a middle piece, and the middle piece consists of lot of mitochondria, which we also call as the powerhouse of the cell, which helps in the production of the energy and gives the energy for the sperms to move. Yes or no? Sperms to move. That is for the motility. And a human male ejaculates how much? 200 to 300 million sperms during a sexual intercourse. During a sexual intercourse, a male ejaculates 200 to 300 million sperms during the sexual intercourse. And 60% of them should have a normal shape and size, and 40% of them must show vigorous motility. Vigorous motility means high speed. Okay, vigorous motility means high speed. Sperms are released from the seminiferous tubule and transported by the accessory ducts. They are transported by the accessory ducts such as vasa deferens, epididymis, vasa efferentia, retitestis, urethra. So these are the different parts of the accessory ducts. And the secretions of these accessory ducts and glands are also useful for the maturation of the sperm. Maturation means growth of the sperm. Sperms plus seminal plasma together make semen. And there is the function of the male sex accessory ducts and glands are to maintain the testicular hormones. That is the male hormones, which we also call it as so we call it as androgen, or we call it as testosterone. What we call it as? We call it as testosterone. Yes. So this is about the structure of the sperm. So this is about the structure of the sperm, and it is a very important diagram. Important question and important diagram as well. The diagram is very important. Can be asked for 2 or 5 marks. Can be asked for 2 or 5 marks. So this is an, as we have done with the sperm, this is a transverse section of an ovary. What it is? Transverse section of an ovary. This diagram is also important for your practical, also it is important, and for your theory or the theoretical basis also it's very important. Before we move on to an actual story about how it is formed, how does the ovum is released, also we will just have one brief introduction about it. Let's have a brief introduction about it. There are blood vessels in the ovary, the primary follicle, the first follicle which later forms into ovum. Yes, which later releases the ovum. The primary follicle, the tertiary follicle, then there is this Graafian follicle, from where later the maturation takes place and the ovum is released. And later, once the ovum is released, the Graafian follicle forms into the yellow color body known as corpus luteum. What it is known as corpus luteum. So this is a transverse section of an ovary. a transverse section of an ovary. So here, this process is nothing but the ovulation process. So showing the various stages of follicular development. Showing the various stages of follicular development. We will come across this exactly like how are the different phases, how does the graphene follicle matures, and how does the release of the ovum take place in the next further classes. For today, we studied about the sperm, about its explanation and diagram. Please make sure to revise it regularly. It is one of the important questions, students. Please make sure that you practice it well, revise it, and learn it regularly. Plus, as your first internal is starting from the 16th of this month, please make sure you revise. If there is any doubt, you can ask me. And whatever the questions of the previous year question papers were given to you and the assignment questions have been given to you, please make sure that you study it thoroughly, practice the diagrams, whatever been asked for you, and all the best students, do well in your exams. And if you find any difficulty or doubt before the exams, you can just clarify it from me. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice day.